Session. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. We welcome all of you to Blue Technologies. So, today we are here to discuss about our master DevOps program with AWS with DevOps course. And it is completely online and offline training, guys. So, getting into the details of our course, let me introduce myself. Some of you already know. So some of you already aware of my details, and some of you are here, right? Something like Satish. These guys are already watched the demo recording, right? Guys, and some of you are new to here. Something like my name is Hari Cherku, guys. I'm a the DevOps. I'm a DevOps solution. Sorry. I'm a DevOps consultant solution architect, guys. 12 plus years of experience as a DevOps solution architect in IT industry. So currently working as a senior DevOps engineer in one of the MNC company, and it is a product-based company. So I started my career as a Linux engineer. Then I got the opportunity to work on the cloud engineer. Then I moved to the a DevOps engineer, and I have done so many certifications like I'm ITL certified, I'm a Red Hat certified system administrator, and I'm a Red Hat certified engineer, and I am a AWS solution architect associate, and I am a certified Kubernetes administrator, guys. So these all are the my certifications. And we have a YouTube channel, guys. The YouTube channel name is Bluejay Technologies. You already aware of that, right? Yeah. So we have a Facebook, YouTube, and so we have a website also, guys, bluejtech.com. So you guys can refer this bluejtech.com website, and so if you guys want to watch any recordings, you guys can go with Bluejay Technologies. Yep, guys. So this is my YouTube channel. You guys can go through it if you want to watch the demos and so demos. Okay, so this is my website, this is my YouTube, and this is the Facebook, guys, Bluejay Technologies. And so we have a Insta pages and we have a LinkedIn, and so these are the Insta pages, guys. So Bluejay Technologies is the Insta page, and we have a Twitter, guys, and we have a LinkedIn also, guys. You guys can follow these ones, so we will get the more updates on the from the Bluejay Technologies, guys. Okay, yeah. So coming to the so one second, guys. Yeah. So what we are discussing in this course, guys, something like we are discussing about with AWS with DevOps, right? So what are the prerequisites for DevOps with AWS? If you want to learn AWS with DevOps, or if you want to learn with AWS or Azure, something like what are the prerequisites for learning the DevOps tools, DevOps, guys? So no specific prerequisites, guys. Anybody who can passionate to kickstart their career as a DevOps engineer and cloud practitioner can attend this program, guys. And the programming knowledge is not mandatory for this course. If you have a knowledge, so it will be an added advantage for you guys. And graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, web developers, and non-IT background people also can attend this master DevOps program, guys. Okay. So what is DevOps? So DevOps with AWS, the course outline. So what we will cover in this course. So what we will cover in this course, we will cover in this course as six modules, guys. Module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, and module 6. What is module 1? So introduction to DevOps. So introduction to DevOps world, and the second module is Linux operating system. So we will discuss about the Linux operating system, guys, because of all the DevOps tools are designed with the help of Linux operating system only. And all the DevOps tools will operate on a CLI based. CLI means command line interface, guys. Okay, so that's the reason. Every tool is designed with the help of operating system, Linux operating system. That's the reason. So if you know the Linux operating system, so it will be easy to understand all the DevOps tools, guys. It will be easy to understand. And on module 3, we'll discuss about the AWS cloud, and we'll discuss about the Azure cloud, also the basics of Azure and the GCP. So if you learn any one of the cloud guys, it will be easy to understand the other clouds. Something like the cloud is AWS cloud, Azure cloud, GCP, Oracle, IBM, Alibaba. So these all are the cloud providers guys. If you know any one of the cloud, it will be easy to understand the other clouds also. The module 4 will discuss about the DevOps tools. So what are the DevOps tools we'll discuss about, and the module 5 will discuss about the real-time projects guys. So the real-time projects will show you how we can integrate these all these tools and CI/CD tools, something like we'll discuss, and we'll implement the projects, guys, real-time projects also. And finally, we'll discuss about the interview guidance. Interview guidance means something like so module one, introduction. So what is DevOps? Why DevOps? DevOps lifecycle, SDLC, waterfall methodology, Agile methodology. We'll discuss, guys. So the tools. What are the DevOps tools? Will cover you the DevOps tools overview. So these all are the tools will cover you guys: GitLab, Git, AWS, Docker, Chef, Ansible, Kubernetes. So Grafana, Jenkins, Azure, so Gradle, SonarQube, Nexus, or something like Artifactory tools, JFrog. We'll discuss these all these tools, guys. The rules of DevOps engineers. What are the roles of DevOps engineers? Working with Maven and GitHub, working with Jenkins and SonarQube. So working with Docker and Kubernetes, Elasticsearch, Logs, Stash, Kibana, and the Terraform. How we can build the infra through Terraform, right? So IAC is nothing but a infra as a code. How we can build the infra as a code, guys? So manually we are building the AWS cloud or something like, right? And the on-premise environment also, data center on-premise also, manually we are building the infra. But how we can build the infra through code also we'll discuss, guys. So something like in the interview guidance, right? What we will discuss: resume preparation, frequently asked interview questions. We'll discuss about mock interviews, job assistance also will provide you guys. Okay. So what are the advantages of DevOps? So the DevOps advantage is speed, improved collaboration, so rapid delivery, quality and reliability and security. You don't know, right? This. So we'll discuss over. So what is the simple DevOps concept, guys? Just the developer develop that code, right? I will show you. So yeah, first we'll discuss about the tools, what we are gonna cover you. So what is a DevOps? We'll tell you guys, no worries. The delivery pipelines, so we can build the pipelines to CI/CD, something like a continuous integration and continuous deployment purpose, and the configuration management purpose and the infra building purpose. We can use the DevOps tools, guys. So we'll discuss the stages. What are the stages? What are they? Something like what are the plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, and operate, monitor. We'll show you guys. So what are those two tools will cover you? Something like a plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, and monitor. Right? These are the Jenkins CI/CD, continuous delivery, life cycles. So what are the tools will cover? Jira tool, GitHub, Jenkins, SonarQube, code quality, Sonatype, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Nagios or LK. So we'll discuss, guys. We'll discuss all these fields. So something like how we are developing software development life cycle, what we are gonna cover you on this, and what is the approach. So before DevOps. So why DevOps is popular? We'll show you guys. Will I show you? So something like what is a DevOps, right? So exactly what is a DevOps? Where we are using the DevOps, right, guys? Yeah. So where we will cover this. Yeah. So what the development team is do? What is a DevOps? What is the term of DevOps? So DevOps means something like a development team. Dev team plus operation team will work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. We'll tell you. No worries. Exactly. What is a DevOps? So what is a DevOps? So I will tell you the meaning and I will tell you later. I will tell you the So what is DevOps? So DevOps, guys. What is a DevOps? So DevOps is a culture or a methodology. So what is this, guys? We'll discuss about the fee structure, guys. So if you want to discuss, we'll discuss now. Something like the free courses are DevOps with AWS, guys. So what we will cover? We'll cover a DevOps with AWS. So start date. So today is what is the date, guys? 4/01/04/01/2025. Mm. So the class timings are, so the class timings are something like 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So Monday to Friday only the classes will be. Okay. So duration is something like 3 months, guys. 90 days will cover this course. So in 90 days we'll cover about something like last 15 days will show you the real time projects, guys. These are the so real time projects. And so what we will cover, guys, we will cover Linux plus AWS plus DevOps tools plus projects will cover, guys. And that trainer, you already know, right? The trainer. So trainer is Mr. Hari. So he's having a 12 plus years of experience. Okay. The course mode is both online and offline, guys. If you want to come in the office, so we recently launched the instance, inaugurated the instance in the Maitrivanam, guys. Maitrivanam building. So Maitrivanam building, Amit Pay. So 502 fifth floor, guys. So if you want to come, you guys can come on practice, or if you want to, okay, fifth floor. So Hyderabad, guys. So and the course fee equals something like, guys, 20K. The course fees. So INR. So what we will provide, guys, we'll provide the live classes plus class notes to whatever we are discussing every day. We'll provide this one and the images also. So what we will discuss, these images, paint images also will provide you guys, and plus so recorded videos with lifetime access. So lifetime access will provide you guys. Okay, and we'll discuss about on the doubts. We'll discuss about on so we'll discuss the doubts on WhatsApp group, guys. On WhatsApp group, something like AWS with DevOps Batch 52. Okay, so we'll discuss the doubts on that group, guys. So you guys can call me on anytime. So we will discuss the doubts, guys. And we'll provide you the assignments also, guys. We'll provide the assignments for every day and every week, guys. Every week we'll provide, okay, and we'll show you the real time scenarios also. So we'll show you the real time scenarios and also. So in the real time in the project discussion, so you already know about the project, something like a real time project. So yeah, so in the project while discussing the real time project, right? So you will get the good knowledge. You will get the good knowledge, something like so if you want to put 5+ years also, right? You will get that much knowledge, guys, and you will get a good confidence on so on the DevOps side also. So this is the course content, course timings, and the trainer, course mode, fee. So right, who is asking Venkatakrishna, right? Venkatakrishna understood?
Yeah, yeah, okay, sir.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, guys. Mm, 1 second, I'm taking the snippet down. Yeah, this is the course outline, guys. I will show you 1 second DevOps. What is DevOps? I'm posting it in the batch too. Yeah. So now we discuss about the what is a DevOps, right? So what DevOps people are doing. DevOps is nothing but a culture or a methodology. Okay. So DevOps is a cultural methodology. We can use the DevOps tools and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. So we'll tell you guys. We'll tell you this one. So what development team? So what development team is doing, guys? So this is development team and this is a operations team. Who is this, guys? So development team. So these are the operation teams. Operation team, guys. IT operation team. So these are the people, guys. These are the peoples. So this is the development team. Okay. These are the developers. These are the operation engineer. So what is operation engineer? What operation engineer is doing? What development team is doing? Will tell you. Just I will tell you the what is DevOps. Later we'll tell you the so why DevOps. So what is DevOps? We'll show you. Okay. So these are the development team and operation team, guys. So what they will do, what operations team is doing. For example, what operation team is doing. Understand, understand the client requirements. For example, guys, I'll tell you 1 second. So so this is the client, guys. So client is so this is the client, guys. Client asked to build or develop a website or a project. So right, this is the client, guys. This is the client. Client is asking a so to develop the to develop a project or something like to develop a website. So what are the requirements? What development team is doing? What is the operations team are doing, guys? Second one is something like based on request. So development team develop the programs, right? Develop the program. So then third, so test the programs. Once develop the program, we'll test the program. So fourth is something like a keep code in the repository. Keep code in the repository. So what operations team will do? Operation team will set up the virtual or a physical machines. So what is the second step? What they are doing? So set up servers, whatever it may be. If it is a Apache server or if it is a Tomcat server, set up the databases. Set up the databases. So the fourth one is something like a take a code from the repository. So they will take code from the repository and so fifth one is something like code build. So code build and package. So once they developed the code, right? So once developer develop the code, we need to build that code and package the code. What is the build? What is the package? I will tell you. Okay. So the sixth one is deploy. Finally, we'll deploy the code in server. So what is the seventh one? The seventh one is deliver project to client. So this is the development team is doing this, handling this, and the operation team is handling this, right? These both are individually doing this. So something like in the waterfall model, something like if you want to develop a software or if you want to develop a software, so a waterfall model. What is that, guys? Waterfall model. So what is waterfall model? Something like if you want to develop a project, if you want to develop a software or a website, whatever it may be, software or a website or application, app or application, whatever it may be. So they will follow some rules and guidelines. They will follow some rules and guidelines. So that guidelines is nothing but a SDLC. What is that, guys? SDLC. For example, guys. So for example, so this is the Facebook. You logged in as a Facebook website. So right, you logged in as a Facebook website or something like you are searching as a facebook.com. What is this, guys? So facebook.com. So once you click the facebook.com in the browser, you have a internet. The Facebook page comes into the picture, comes into the browser. So how it comes, guys? How it comes this page? So for example, so this is the Facebook page. So once you searched in the browser, so www.facebook.com, you get this page, right? You get this page, facebook.com page. But this comes from where? This comes from where, guys? So does anyone knows where it comes from?
I think it will comes from server, one of the server.
Yeah, very good. It comes from so one of the server, right? But end user knows, end users what they knows. So end user, for example, he doesn't know the technically, he doesn't know the technical. So what he is thinking, something it comes from the internet, right? It comes from the internet. So but so the in the server, in the either virtual machine or a physical server or a VM. So thus this code is deployed. How they deployed? They deployed as a web server. Under the web server, they deployed the code, something like what this code is. This code is facebook.jar or var. So they deployed as a facebook.jar or var. So once you click the www.facebook.com, so facebook.com, so from the HTTPS, what is the protocol, guys? So from the HTTPS or HTTP, so HTTP or HTTPS means hypertext transfer protocol. So it will get the pages from this server. Will get the pages from this server, right? So in the server, who deployed this? Who deployed this code? Who wrote this code? Right? Who built this code? So in the SDLC model, SDLC is nothing but a water. So software development lifecycle. In the software development lifecycle, so they are using the waterfall model. Waterfall model means everything will be a manual, guys. What is this? Everything will be manual. And so first developer develop that code and send it to the. So this is integration and this is nothing but a deployment. What is this, guys? Deployment. Right. So initially what they are following the waterfall model. So waterfall model means everything manually. Everything manually. If you want to produce a software, so we need to follow the a procedure called as a waterfall model. So in the waterfall model, something like I have a thought, guys. For example, I have a thought, WhatsApp thought, messaging purpose. So I want to create a website for the messaging purpose. I want to create an application for the messaging purpose. So I want to follow a SDLC procedure. So what is that SDLC procedure? Software development lifecycle. In the software development lifecycle, we need to analyze first. So how many characters we can send it? So what is the charges for the SMS and so if the recipient is received the messages or not, how do you know the sender? Something like they analyze and they will plan it and design it and build it and test it, deploy. So right, in this process, it will take at least 6 months to develop to deliver the software. To deliver a software, so something like everything will be manually in the waterfall model. For example, this is the waterfall model, guys. So what developer develop this code? What developer develop this code and build this code? So manually build this code. Build the code. Build means by using Maven build tool. So what they will do, they will create the jar or var file, guys. What is that? Jar or var file. Why jar or var? The code is written in the Java, right? So we need to convert from .java to .jar or .var. Who will convert this code? So Maven build tool, we convert this code. So why we need to convert this code? For example, this is the a Tomcat web server. So this web server knows only .jar or that var files, right? For that purpose, we need to convert it from .java to .jar. So we will convert it Maven. So something like up to integration, the development team will doing manually after building the var or jar or something like a package or jar. So they will send it to that var or jar send it to the IT team. For example, you deployed this server as a Linux server. What is this, guys? This is a Linux server. Who will handle this server? Linux engineer. So that code will send it to the Linux engineer. So Linux engineer manually log into the server and so in the path they deployed, they pasted the facebook.jar or where, then they restart the server, right? So this is nothing but a integration and deployment. So in the waterfall model, they uses only manually, they are deploying the code in the manually. For that time, there is no DevOps. So for that time, there is no DevOps, guys. Okay. You already know, right? The planning, defining, designing, building, testing in the as software development life cycle. So for at that time, there is no CI/CD. So what DevOps concept is? The DevOps concept is CI/CD. What is CI? CI is nothing but a continuous integration and continuous deployment. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. What this C contains? What is continuous integration and continuous? In the waterfall model, the deployment will be taken care by the Linux engineers, and it will deploy at least it will at least 6 months. So so once in a 6 months. So it will deploy in a 6 months. So for example, in 1 year they're deploying two times only. They're deploying two times only. So and if you use in the waterfall model, so if you are having any issue in the waterfall model, it will be it will be very difficult to figure out and find it out, right? So then Agile comes into the picture. Which one, guys? Agile comes into the picture. What are the limitations of a waterfall model? No working software is produced until the late during the life cycle. Once an application is in the testing stage, it is very difficult to go back and change something that was not well throughout in the concept phase. High amounts of risk and uncertainty, not a good model for the complex object-oriented projects, so not suitable for the projects where the requirements are at moderate and high risk of the changing. So these all are the limitations of the waterfall model. Then Agile model comes into the picture. What is that? Agile model comes into the picture. In the Agile model, so in the waterfall model, so we will produce a software once a while, something like a 6 months. But in the Agile methodology, so in the Agile methodology, each project is broken up into several iterations. All the iterations should be the same time duration. At the end of iteration, a working product should be delivered. So once they come up with the all Agile methodology, right? In that Agile methodology, so they each project is broken up into several iterations. So iterations means something like they are come up with the sprint. Sprint is nothing but a 2 weeks. So we will produce a feature or a bug, something like a feature. So we will deploy it in the within the 2 weeks, means 15 days. So we want to deploy our application every 15 days. So we want to deploy our application every 15 days. In the waterfall model, every 6 months they will produce a software. So in the Agile methodology, we want to deploy a application every 15 minutes, every 15 days, right? This is a repeatable task. This is a repeatable task, and every 15 days we need to deploy the code. We need to deploy the code in the Agile methodology. So Agile methodology. Right. Yeah. So, one second, guys. So in the Agile methodology, we want to deploy code in every 15 days, right? So, so if something like limitations of Agile methodology, so what development team is doing? Development team is, let's me to say. Right. So in the Agile methodology, the limitations of Agile methodology, code works fine in my laptop. What development team is doing? So development team is saying something like code works in fine in my laptop. So in the operations team, so once they had produced the software, right, in 15 days, so there is some problem with the code. It does not work in the production environment. So they are trying to deploy it in the production environment. But operations team, for example, Linux engineer, there is some problem with the code. It does not work in the production. So something like operation team wants a stability and the development team wants a change. So there is a big gap between development team and operations team. So how we can overcome this bridge? So with the help of, so we can overcome this bridge with the help of DevOps. So with the help of DevOps, solution is DevOps. So the development team and operations team work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. So DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is a culture. Or a DevOps is a methodology. So we can work together and automate the process. We can work together means development team having some tools. You can use the some tools, and the operations team will use some tools and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Guys, now you understood what is DevOps? So DevOps is a culture or a methodology. DevOps is a culture and methodology. So we can use so we can use the tool. So something like what is that? So in that waterfall methodology, we use only integration and deployment, right? So in the agile methodology, if agile methodology comes into the picture, there is a continuous integration and continuous deployment. Because of in the waterfall methodology, so we will produce a software once a while, for example, in 6 months. But in the agile methodology comes into the picture, the Scrum and Sprint comes into the picture. So we want to produce a software within 15 days, every 15 days, right? So in month we will deploy 2 days, 2 days, right? So for once, so 15 days, the first 15 days in one deployment, the second 15 days in second deployments, right? For 1 year, we will deploy 24 times. So 24 times. So in the waterfall model, so if it will take 1 year or it will take 6 months, right? So once a while, we don't need a DevOps. We don't need a DevOps. So because of one time is right, we will deploy it. But in every 15 days, right, we need a agile method. Once agile methodology comes into the picture, a DevOps comes into the picture. So what is the CI/CD? What is CI/CD? I already told you, right? Continuous integration and continuous deployment. The continuous integration and continuous deployment. So some of the companies are produced some of the tools called as a CI/CD tools. So what are the CI/CD tools? Jenkins is one of the CI/CD tool. GitLab CI, GitHub Actions, and AWS having some CI/CD, Azure having some CI/CD, so Jenkins, Bamboo, Hoods, and these all are the CI/CD softwares. So what they will provide? They will provide the CI and the CD. CI means so we can install the plugin, something like these are the plugins: Git, Jira, Maven, Gradle, JUnit. So for this purpose, plan, right? A plan purpose, we can use the Git and the Jira and code. So where we can store our code, we can store our code in the Git. Okay. So the planning purpose, they are using the Jira. So once they plan and code, we will include the build tool. So we will do the package management using the build or Maven or Ant or Cradle. So and test the application. So how they are testing the application? They are before in the waterfall methodology, there is a manual testing. So manually they will test the application. So once the agile methodology comes into the picture, a DevOps comes into the picture, CI/CD. So the testing also automated by using SC and JUnit. So this is nothing but SCI. Once we build the package, then we want to deploy it on the server. So for the deployment operator monitor also, we can use the softwares, we can use the tools, and we can automate the process. So CI/CD is nothing but a DevOps, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Guys, now we understood what is DevOps and why DevOps. So what is a DevOps? DevOps is a methodology or a culture. DevOps is not a tool. So we can use the DevOps tools and we can automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Okay. So why DevOps? So we need to automate the process. Okay. Now you understood, right, guys? So DevOps stages. What are the DevOps stages? Something like they have a 4 stages in the DevOps. So what are those? The stages is source code management, continuous build, continuous testing, and continue configuration management and containerization. So in the version control, manifests are different versions of the code because of every 15 days they are deploying the features. They're deploying the features, right? We need to manifest the maintains the different versions of the code, right? So for that purpose they use the source code management tool. So what is the source code management tool? The source code management tool is Git is the source code management tool, and continuous integration. On the continuous integration purpose, we need to compile the code, validate the code review, unit testing, integration testing. In the continuous build, guys. In the continuous testing, the deploying the build application onto the test servers are performing the UAT, user acceptance text. And the fourth stage is continuous deployment. Deploying the tested application on the prod server for the release. For the release, and so we will monitor the servers and services. We will monitor the servers and services. Source code management. So Git is the source code management and continuous integration. So continuous integration, continuous delivery. In the continuous, so guys, one PPT is done. So continuous integration is nothing but whatever the develop code, right? The Jenkins server took that code, so through the pipeline. So we will create the pipeline. We can use the Jenkins server. We can create the pipeline. So pipeline, it automatically get the code in the Jenkins servers, and it will build in the build, compile the code review, unit testing, integration testing, and package var and jar. For this purpose, we are using multiple DevOps tools and done this package. Once this done this package, right, finally we will deploy it on the server. So continuous integration and continuous delivery. So which software is used for the CI/CD? Jenkins. We have number of softwares. Jenkins is the open source software. Jenkins is the open source software. Guys, now you understood what are the tools we are using in it. Now you will get it. So what are the advantages of a DevOps? So it will speed up the deployment, improve the collaboration, rapid delivery, quality and reliability, and security. So these all are the advantages of the DevOps. So challenges with the DevOps. So DevOps is not any single person job. It's a everyone's job because of testers is using for the automate the process for testing, and the developers is developing for automating the CI. So continuous integration, and the DevOps team and operations team will the CI/CD, the continuous deployment. Right? It's not a single person's job. It's a everyone job. Guys, understood, right? So what are the simple DevOps concept? Something like the developer develop that code, and so in it will deploy it on the server. So here DevOps people will write the pipelines for deploying our applications. Deploying our applications. Okay. So what is a DevOps? DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies and practices and tools. So to increase an organization ability to deliver applications and services at high velocity. Okay, faster pace than organization using the traditional software development and infrastructure management process. This speeds enable organization to better serve their customers and compete them more effectively in the market. So delivery pipeline. So for you already know, right? A build, test, release purpose and the plan monitor purpose. So for that purpose, we are using the CI/CD. So delivery the pipeline, creating the CI/CD pipeline. So the pipeline you already know, right? A build, test, release, right? This is the plan monitor. These are the pipelines we can use it. You already know the DevOps stages. We already discussed it, right? The 4 stages. So what are they? So plan. So define a business value and requirement. Code involves the software design and their creation of the software. Build, manage software builds and versions. Use it to automate the tools. Help compile and package code for the future rest production. So test. You already know, right? This is the LCDLC guys. Okay, tools. What are the tools we are involving? Agile, Jira. So the code purpose, Eclipse, VS Code, GitHub, GitLab. So for the building purpose, building, jar or var, Mav and Gradle, NPM, test cases, Ntest ng, JUnit, Selenium, Sonar Cube. So release purpose, we can use Jenkins, Circle CI, Nexus, JFrog. Deploy purpose, we can use Docker, AWS, and Kubernetes. Operate purpose, we can use Ansible, Chef, Kubernetes, Splunk. So the monitor purpose, we can use the Splunk, Nagios, ELK. So these are the tools we will discuss, guys. Now you understood the life cycle of the DevOps. So something like a Jira, Eclipse, Git. So from the sprint, so we can discuss in the Jira boards. So then developer develop that code and push it to the GitHub. So once that the code is pushed, so the Jenkins server from the pipe through the pipeline, it will get the code and deploy it on the Kubernetes. So deploy it on the Kubernetes finally. Is understood? So Jenkins CI/CD, you already know, right? Jenkins CI, I already discussed. So this is the continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Code done, unit test, integrate, accept instance, deploy production. So code done, unit test, integrate, accept instance, and deploy to production. So you already know the life cycle of the CI/CD. Jira. So why we are using the Jira? Agile is the new SDLC method to implement the software applications. Jira is a tool to use management stories, sprints, and Scrum process. Jira contains a project document and work status. So where you are. So GitHub is a version control system. GitHub helps you to keep track of the code changes. GitHub is used to collaborate on code. So where create the repositories in the GitHub concept with the developer permissions and the push pull their code. So Git is a client software need to be installed on the developer permission to connect the work with the GitHub, GitLab and Bitbucket. So Jenkins, you already know the right. Jenkins is a CI/CD. Jenkins is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous delivery of the project regardless of the platform. So everything is a job in the Jenkins and it automates CI/CD work and release the application into the production. So SonarQube is a code quality testing. So repository, Docker is a containerization, guys. We'll discuss in the class. Containerization, Kubernetes is a containerization orchestration tool. So nowadays, the deployments are two types, guys. Applications are monolithic and microservices. So nowadays, so every application, every software is every website deployed as a microservices architecture, guys. So we'll discuss in the class what is microservices and what is monolithic. So Ansible is a configuration, Nagios LK for the log monitoring tool, guys. Guys, understood, right? What is DevOps? Why DevOps? Guys, any doubts? Satish, Shiva, Rambabu, Naveen, Gopal Krishna. Guys, any doubts?
Okay. No doubt, sir.
Yeah. You understood, right? What is DevOps?
Yeah.
What DevOps people are doing? DevOps people are building the pipeline, building the infra, and configuration. They are doing the automate the process. Is there any manual process the DevOps team involve and automate it? Okay. Guys, the class will start from Monday. Monday from 8:30 to 9:30. Okay. Thank you, guys. So we'll continue from Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice session.